don't matter. So the young guns out there, I mean, I did a video on this. As I know a lot of people use other terminology. I'm just going to say young guns. Young buddies, probably some old, I don't know. I just thought, first of all, let me be clear on this. Is that don't do that. Don't do that. You're not ready for that smoke. That's real talk. I know y'all do this little stuff, and y'all keep talking about what these young boys got as far as the street go. And I'm going to tell you like this. There's a lot of times Ron's opinion don't matter. But this is another time where it does. Don't put yourself out there. Y'all out there making videos talking about what y'all going to do. Y'all not ready. Not by any means are y'all ready for the military. This is what they train to do. That stuff you do on the streets is nowhere near what the type of heat you're going to be up under if it ever got to that point. Of course, the National Guard coming into Chicago to clear it up and clean it up is not coming for that reason. They're not. This is how stupid some of the stuff that comes out of it. They're not coming there to get into a gunfight with y'all, because it's not going to play out the way y'all have it in y'all head. It's just not. The reason why they coming is to go get these criminals and help the law enforcement to clean up and bring down the crime rate. But I watched the governor get up there, and he's determined, and the mayor is determined they don't want they don't want the National Guard's help. Now, meanwhile, people are still getting murdered, knocked off, killed. They don't want the National Guard's help. So again, this is how racist Brandon Johnson is and the governor of Chicago is. Because they already know what segment and what group of people is going to suffer the worst because of not getting the help, and they okay with it. They are okay with it. They are 100% okay with the people dying. You got citizens of Chicago trying to get up and go to work every single day. This is how much Brandon Johnson and the governor of Chicago don't give a darn about the citizens of Chicago. They don't. They don't care once. They don't care 2 cents about the citizens of Chicago. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. And here's my point today. If I knew that I was running a city and I seen that the murder rate, and someone offers me help, and I seen the help that they gave to Washington, why wouldn't I take the help? When I know I'm already where the criminals are already having free reign, and they right now the criminals are having a ball in Chicago, and the mayor and the governor don't want the help. That's because they don't care about the hardworking, honest, everyday citizens. They don't care about their life. They don't. And this is why I keep saying these type of people you have to stop voting for. Now, again, these young boys thinking they can go out there and deal with the military because why do I have guns in the background? Because I like guns. But again, they think that they can go up against the military. You're not going to win that battle. I'm explaining to you why you're not going to win that battle. I go to the gun range quite often. And I've been to various different gun ranges. And I watch a lot of times what I see how people conduct themselves, because I'm very conscientious about what's going on around me, especially when I'm at the gun range. I do not rely on just the people that are at the range and to work at the range for my protection. I still look around to see what's going on. And a lot of times, I'm from the city of Philadelphia. So being that I'm from the city of Philadelphia, Philadelphia have very similarities to a lot of stuff that happens in Chicago. So here's my point to that. When I go to the range in the city of Philadelphia, I watch it. I'm very conscientious because some of one of the ranges I go to, I'm not mentioning the name. I don't think, do I like humans? Of course I like humans. What they got to do with anything? Of course I like humans. That's why I protect them if they need to be protected. Good humans, not the bad ones. The bad ones, whatever. So, and I watch how they shoot at the range. And I like to watch how they conduct themselves. I see this all the time. And guess what? Most of the ones that I see at the range have no idea what they're doing when they're shooting these guns. They picking up guns, they shooting, they handling them very, very recklessly. They handle them very, very recklessly. That's a problem. So you think the way you handle guns on these streets is going to allow you to be able to compete or fight against if the National Guard was to come in, you're not going to win that battle. Yeah, I did a video on Charlie Kirk, and I don't want to get into that. I mean, I like the guy. I thought he was a great, wonderful guy. I have no beef with Charlie Kirk. It's a sad, sad story, but this video is really not about Charlie Kirk. But you want to get my take on Charlie Kirk, you can check the other video. God rest his soul. God bless his family, pray for him. But I'm not really getting into Charlie Kirk right now. I mean, I know that they probably have found the shooter. I don't know. I'm not gonna get. I've watched. They said they might have found the shooter. I'm not gonna jump the gun, and I usually don't jump the gun and say something happened that I don't know. And like I said before, y'all not ready for that. You're not ready for that. Like I said, I go to the range very often, and I watch how different people in the range conduct themselves. And there is a vast difference between military, police officers, and civilians a lot of times when it comes as it relates to how they are at the gun range. And believe me when I tell you that those switches y'all think y'all have on these Glocks, which is hilarious, because the one guy said, "Oh, they got Glocks with switches and 100-round drums, and they can't control none of that stuff. They're going like this. You're not hitting no targets with that. Yeah, that's why I said they don't have a clue how to handle a gun. They playing these video games don't work that way. It doesn't. If you want this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you, don't work that way. When people that use firearms and train to use firearms, they don't really miss. They rarely miss, and they're very efficient. When they with a target on something, that gun is already calibrated in. It's zeroed in already. These fools out here buying these rifles and buying all this stuff, they putting all this stuff on it. They don't even know how to zero in the gun. And then they want to go up against somebody that's already prepared. They done already dialed that gun in. They done already got you scoped in. And one shot, you're done. What's my favorite gun? My 458 SOCOM. Hands down, my favorite gun. And this is the point that I'm trying to make, is that you threatening somebody and you're not prepared for that. The military is very, very well organized. The stuff that the military have, the stuff that civilians have, is stuff that the military done with. They don't even want to use it. You don't know what the type of stuff the military has. They got weapons. They got weapons that you don't even know exist. And you're sitting there with your Glocks and your switches thinking you're going to compete with somebody. First of all, 9 times out of 10, if they really wanted you, they come in darkness. They can see you, you're not going to see them. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know what you mean by that, Donald, because I know how you are or whatever. But again, how were my 20s like? My 20s was more of a transition, me from being stupid to smart. And like I said, y'all, so when these guys talk this stuff on the streets and thinking they're going to be able to compete with the military, you're not going to do that. It is not going to play out the way you have in your head. That's real talk. And being somebody that, have firearms, and I'm not going to sit there and tell you that I'm the greatest person when it comes to firearms, because I'm not. I'm good at shooting. I'm very good. Can I hit a target from a great distance for the most part? Yeah. But I never put on video I put stuff on video that I'm shooting at the range. But I don't put my best work on video because I'll be stupid. When I go to training, for me personally, I train without all of the extra stuff going on around. When I post videos, that's just me enjoying myself at the range because I love to go to the range and enjoy myself. But when I tell you, when you're trying to threaten someone, you don't even know what type of weapons they really have. You have to be out of your mind. You're not going to compete with somebody that has weapons that you, listen, believe me when I tell you the military has stuff you have never seen before. Hold on 1 second, y'all, because a lot of these words that everybody's using, I can't, I'm going to have to pull it up on my other screen because, nah, I don't. I do have a 12 gauge shotgun, but I don't do that shooting. I want to. I don't do that. Most of my shooting is at a range, controlled environment. Is a controlled. Most of my shooting is at a controlled environment, and I not all the time, but most of it is in controlled environment. I never done that type of shooting. Wouldn't mind. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing it. It seemed, but nah, I do have a 12 gauge. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to pull something up on my other screen because it's hard for me to read these words on here so that I can see it bigger. Because it's hard to read these little words on this screen. So give me a second so I can get it up on the other screen. I don't know why this is doing this. Stupid. Come on. What are you doing? All right, give me a second. It's moving kind of slow. All right, we good. What's up, Chis, for real? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Yeah, I had to pull it up on the other thing because I could not see anything. Yeah, I've never done ski shooting, but I would love to. All right, so let me go back to this. And like I said, when it comes to the Second Amendment, I'm all for it. My thing is this, is that, again, but that's why you're supposed to be prepared for those moments. Listen, Charlie had protections the same, and like I said, I'm not getting into, no, I wasn't, Josh. Joshua, no, I wasn't. Wasn't in no service, wasn't in no army, none of that stuff. But I do have a whole lot of respect for military. I got family members that was in the military, and I know I have friends that was in the military. Yeah, we're not doing that. Yes, Josh, it does. And you're absolutely right. It protects all the amendments. And my thing is this, is that everybody try to use these incidents and say, oh, this is why we need protection from the Second Amendment. And again, I never make the argument when it comes to the Second Amendment about self-protection from criminals, because that's not the intent of the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is designed for you to have the ability to have the access to the best weapons possible to protect yourself from government tyranny. That's why I don't argue that argument. The men, oh, it's for you to protect yourself from criminals. That's a byproduct of it. Yes, it is. The byproduct of the Second Amendment is to protect yourself from criminals. But the ultimate goal of the Second Amendment is to protect yourself from government tyranny. That's why I don't make the other byproduct argument, because they always say, well, you don't need this to protect, even though you do. But again, so that's why you don't let politicians make laws or rules to dictate what type of weapon you can and cannot have, because it's to protect yourself against them. What does government tyranny look like? It looked like the president telling everybody they got to stay in the house over some sickness. That's what it looked like. It really doesn't matter what it looked like. But my thing is this. That's why Hitler was able to pull off what he pulled off, because once they got all the guns from the citizens, it was a wrap. Once they got all of the guns and weapons out of the citizens' hands, the government was able to pretty much do what it wanted. So my thing is, Donald, since you made the statement, so you trust government to protect you, to do the right thing. So Donald, who said that, do you trust government right now to do the right thing in the best interest of you? Again, do you trust government to do the right thing by you? It gives you a fighting chance, idiot. And it's not just about guns. This is where y'all miss it at. I said weapons. Guns is part of weapons. I don't care, in my opinion, if a citizen wanted to own a tank to protect themselves from government, they should be able to own a tank to protect themselves from government. That's my point. I don't need nobody to agree with me. These are my opinions. So again, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Like I said, that's why I stick to what I stick to, which is, if you trust government to do the right thing by you and you don't think government will become tyrannical, you got to be out of your mind. Look at the Democratic Party right now. They got more tyrannical people in the Democratic Party than I've ever seen in my life. And that's my point. They got more tyrannical. Everybody in the Democratic Party is always trying to attack the gun. Why do you think they're trying to attack the gun? Your right to keep and bear arms, by and large, by the Democratic Party, is always trying to attack your right to keep and bear arms. So my point to them is this. If you trust the government that much, then make sure you don't have a weapon. I'm not. I'm going to make sure I'm good. And I'm going to make sure those around me are good. First of all, Donald, again, so you said deploying the military against the people. All right, so tell me this, Donald. In Washington, D.C., how many people did the military kill? Since you got so much to say, how many did they kill? They've been there for a while now. So how many people did the military hurt and how many people did the military kill? But then let's look at this. How many people did the criminals in Washington kill, and how many people did the criminals that I'm talking about, hurt and rob and steal? See, the thing is, the military come in, as long as they doing what they're supposed to do, what they're instructed to do. When they deviate from that, then it's a problem. But again, the military been in Washington, D.C. for almost a month. How many people did they kill? And then how many people died before they got there? This is how stupid people like Donald are. Dumb. They looking, listen, they come on my live looking for a got you moment. That's all they looking for. An aha or a got you moment. This is how stupid they are. This is how stupid they are. They come to my channel looking for some aha or I got you moment. And they don't care how dumb they come off with it. You're right, Joshua. The citizens, the honest, everyday, hardworking citizens of Chicago want the military there. You know who don't want the military there? Criminals. All the people in Chicago that say they don't want the military there are thieves, liars, criminals, and that's why Brandon Johnson and the mayor, Brandon Johnson and the governor are part of the criminal element over there in Chicago. Because there's no other reason why you would not want the military unless you're part of the criminal behavior. That's it. There's no other reason. It's because they want the criminal behavior. They're part of it. Because if I'm not part of the criminal behavior, why would I care if the military come in and help us do the job? As long as the military follow the rules, follow the lines of law enforcement, what's wrong with that? That's right. You're absolutely right, Josh. It's to protect the citizens. It's to protect the law-abiding citizens of America. Now, when someone is not abiding by the law, which are the criminals, the military is not going in there to shoot and kill criminals. They're going in there to help the police department do their job. That's it. So if you're not both, the only people that got a problem with that is unlawful people that breaking the law, which means Brandon Johnson and the governor, along with all of the other criminals, don't want them there because they're all breaking the law and they don't want to get caught. That's the only thing that makes sense. Because if I'm behaving myself and I'm not doing stupid stuff and I'm not out there committing crime, why would I care if the government comes in? You know when you're wrong. You know when you're doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. That means you don't want to get caught. I wouldn't have a problem with it. If I'm driving down the street on a suspended license, when the law enforcement get close to me and I'm like, oh my God, I hope they don't pull me over. Because I'm driving, I'm driving, I ain't right now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, and you're right, Josh, they are. But again, if I'm driving down the street and I'm on a suspended license, right? And the cops come behind me, 9 times out of 10, I'm already like, oh man, I hope they don't pull me. Why? Because I already know I'm not right. But if that's the reason why Brandon Johnson and the governor don't want them in there, because they're part of the criminal element. Because if your stuff is right and you ain't doing nothing dirty, you be like, no, you welcome that. It's like if you get pulled over and your stuff is right and the cops pull you over, you're like, all right, whatever. They ask you a question, license, registration and stuff, you hand them all your paperwork and you wait. Now, if you broke the law or you ran lights or whatever that is, you wait on your ticket. But you already know for the most part you clean other than the reason why they pulled you over. It's the same thing with these politicians. There's no other reason why you wouldn't want them to come in and help other than the fact that you're doing something dirty and you don't want to get caught. And definitely Brandon Johnson don't care 2 cents. That governor don't care 2 cents. Governor don't care 2 cents. So if you live in Chicago, or you part of that city, listen, next time it's time to elect these people, please don't vote that way no more. Do not vote for these people. My number one reason, when I look at politicians, I'm dead serious. This is my number one reason. If you look through a lot of my videos, you're going to see me say a lot of this very consistently. If I see them talking about banning guns, restricting guns, or anything weapon related where they want to ban, restrict, and all the other stuff, guess what? You will never get my vote. That is my number one thing. Then I look at all the other details too. But my number one thing as of now is if I hear you start talking about banning guns, limiting guns, anything that's going to negatively affect the citizens owning a weapon and firearm, protect myself against you, you'll never get my vote. And I am going to come out publicly against you to hope that no one ever votes for them. Because that is a problem. That is my first sign that you're tyrannical. That is my first sign that you are tyrannical. And some may say, oh, well, that's not a sign. It is a sign that you're tyrannical. That is number one first sign that you're tyrannical. If you start talking about banning guns, limiting guns, and because all you're doing is making everyday, all working, honest citizens, you're turning them into victims. You're turning them into victims because criminals don't follow laws. Thanks, Rick. God bless you. Good morning, racist Republican. Y'all funny. It's funny how they just come on here. What's up, my brother Jay? It's funny how they come on here and they say racist Republican. Now, again, you go from beginning to the end of this video. Number one, said I say I was a Republican. And then they say Republicans are racist. Meanwhile, all of the destruction that is happening has been coming through Democrats. All of the lying, stealing, taking, corruption, everything has been coming through Democrats, and they're gonna call me a racist Republican. But yet they never can find the racist Republicans y'all keep talking about. And I'm not saying there are. There's plenty of racist Republicans. But I ain't seen, and listen, all the ones y'all keep talking about, again, where are they at? Meanwhile, the real racists, which is these liberals, white liberals, who keep coming into y'all neighborhoods, telling y'all need Planned Parenthood. Meanwhile, all these black babies are dying. Meanwhile, these racist white liberals out here protesting in Chicago while black people are dying, since y'all want to bring the subject up, because y'all always like to bring this up, but y'all don't see racists in that. And that's Democrats and liberals. They're the real racists. Meanwhile, Trump goes into Washington, black people stop dying, they mad about it, so they go out there and protest to get rid of the military so black people can keep dying again. So y'all want to talk about racists. That's why the Bible says a wolf come in sheep clothing. See, they look like they did right for the right reasons. But in reality, they upset because not enough black people are dying in Washington, D.C. no more. They upset because Trump pulled funding from Planned Parenthood. Therefore, black children aren't dying as much no more. So now these white liberals, who are the real racists, are upset. They don't like that. So that's why they out there protesting. So that more black people can die again. Because they don't want black people to live. Y'all brought it up. So now what? See, I want black people to live. Because I love my black community just as much as I love every other community. Because it's not about black and white. It's about us, the people, America. That's what it's about. I'm so sick of people calling somebody racist but have no reason to say it. Do America has racist people? Yeah, they do. But that is not a big topic in my list every day. I don't think about that. You're welcome, and I hope you really mean that. But again, this is what they're doing. This is the reason why they're out there. They're not saying they're protesting that way, but that's what it is. That's what it is, and this is why they keep virtually saying like they're there for you, but they really not. And they tried to point Trump as a racist. Here's my point: why would a racist defund Planned Parenthood, knowing that all these black children are going to die? That's not in his interest. Why would a racist send the military in there to protect the neighborhoods from the criminal element when they know that most of the people that's dying over there are black skinned? Why would a racist do that? This is how stupid that sounds. If he was a racist, he's working against his own interests. Why would a racist try to restore your gun rights? Black people. Because honestly, when you look at what the gun rights was doing, they was writing these laws to limit black people from owning firearms. That's what they were doing. They were writing these, when black people start owning firearms in gross, they start writing these laws because they didn't want black people to own firearms. But y'all keep trusting the Democratic Party for that. It's the Democrats that wanted to keep slavery. It's the Democrats that wanted to keep slavery. And they still talking about slavery. That's why they brought these illegals over here, so they can get cheap labor. The Democrats haven't changed their slavery mentality. That's the reason why they brought these illegals over here, so that they can get cheap labor. The same way the Democrats was fighting to keep slavery back then. The same way they were fighting to keep slavery back then, they just tried to change their tactics a little bit. Oh, let's bring illegals over here and let them do all the dirty work. And pay them next to nothing. Oh, I love the trolls. And I like for them to expose themselves. Come right to my channel and keep exposing your stupidity. Because here's the thing. The more we do videos like this, the more the Democratic Party gets diminished and destroyed. Because that is my hope, that there will be no more of that party left. Nothing but residue, even as that. That we can build a statue and say, this is where the Democratic Party died at. Because they're evil, they work for Satan, and they don't care about life. What's up, Jacob? How you doing? Yep. And I'm going to continue to say it, Donald. I ain't going to never stop. I ain't going to never stop, because I see what the Democratic Party has done to our community. The melanated community. The black community. I see what they've done. So I'm not going to stop until they stop. And I'm not talking about apologize. Change their ways dramatically. Change their ways dramatically. So I'm never going to stop exposing their level of corruption. I'm never going to stop exposing how much they really don't care about the community and the people that vote for them. I'm never going to stop exposing it until they stop doing the people dirty that vote for them. They're the ones. The reason why I'm like I am is because of what they do on a regular. That's why. Because I grew up under Democratic leadership, and this is what we got. Nothing. Donald, you don't know what you're talking about. And first of all, I don't know why y'all listen. This conversation is not about Charlie Kirk. God rest his soul. And like I said, these people come in here and they're looking for an aha moment. I'm not going to be mad at somebody over them debating with somebody about what. Here's the thing about this is that, listen, America benefited from slavery, but it wasn't good. It wasn't right. And my thing is, y'all always trying to cherry pick little stuff to try to make a story sound like something. Go read the whole thing from beginning to end and then come back to me. Don't give me little cherry picks, little small segments, because this is the reason why I don't respond to certain things. When I know somebody's cherry picking something, and I'm not saying Charlie Kirk is perfect. There's a lot of things that Charlie Kirk has said that I disagree with. But I can disagree with a lot of people and not want to kill them and off them and be mad and want to fight them or kill them. I know how to disagree and be okay. But again, they always try to cherry pick these little segments and try to get people to believe stuff. But they never give you the whole segment to see why did it get to that point. They did the same thing about Byron Donalds. They tried to cherry pick a little part that Byron Donalds said, but they did not take the whole part. And like I said, listen, I don't agree with everything Charlie Kirk. I think some things that Charlie Kirk said was out of ignorance. Even though his heart might have been in the right place, but some of the things he said was out of ignorance. He don't know what it's like to grow up and live in a black community. So a lot of things that he did is basically from an outside looking in. It don't mean he had bad intent. He was just talking from where his perspective was. And they have every right to. But see, I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood. I'm an insider. See, it's different when you're an insider. I was born and raised North Philadelphia. I'm an insider. I know the difference. So I can speak from experience what the Democrats Party is doing. So when I talk, it's not, oh, I'm hearing this, I hear that, I see firsthand what they have done to the community. So I'm not talking out the side of my neck. I know firsthand because I'm from the hood, born and raised. See, the brain thing about it is that they think that people like me are supposed to have one mentality and one mentality only. That's why every time they come in here, they start talking, they say, oh, you're Republican. They don't know what they be talking about. They don't even know what they be talking about. That's why it's hilarious to me. Oh, he's a Republican. Ain't no Republicans in North Philadelphia. If they are, they ain't talking. I was never a Republican up until Trump ran for the second term. That's it. And there y'all go, another person from New York. See, my thing is this. Y'all keep believing in these people that y'all vote for. Y'all believe because they skin match y'all skin that they going to do something right by y'all. And y'all can't show me one place across America that Democrats that match y'all skin color has done right by the people and the citizens that voted for them. That's what I want to know. So when have they done right by the people that voted for them? Because it is the black people that have by far mostly vote for Democrats. Meanwhile, it's the black community that financially wise is doing the worst. Since y'all keep bringing up color. Most black people vote Democrat. And you look at the voters on the Democratic side, financially wise, they are financially doing worse than every demographic in America because they keep voting for Democrats. But then when you look at the small portion of black people that vote Republican, more than likely they don't even live in Democratic ran cities no more because they see the difference and they no longer support it. And they see that their lives has gotten better once they abandon the Democratic Party and the Democratic mindset. That's it. And they say I'm ranting about bull crap, but yet I'm winning all the way across the board. Bringing people together. So y'all think y'all way is bringing people together. Out there tearing up the city, ripping up cities, throwing rocks at ICE. All of that stuff is bringing people together. Look, you telling me that the liberal behavior right now, across the board, is what brings people together. Y'all don't even know how to behave. And you talk, why would I want to link up and be around people that is emotionally unstable? Because they're the ones doing all of the crime. All of the school shootings, all of the destruction, tearing up the cities, doing all this stuff is all the liberals. But y'all so peaceful and kind. Yeah, okay, whatever. I always talk loud. You obviously this is the first time you've been on my live. I always talk loud. But that's the way I talk. Again, show me where it's been beneficial to the very voters that keep voting for them. Show me. Show me when Democrats run, what cities Democrat run, where it's been beneficial to the voters by far. Because vast majority of black people vote Democrat. And look at the result of that. Josh, you can buy me water because I don't drink. Sorry, bro, but I don't drink. But you can drink your beer. I get a water or some soda, and we can still sit down and bust it out. Either way. Sorry about that. Still fighting with this little cold I got, but I'll be all right. Sorry about that. Had to clean that out. Look at that. Look, y'all. Here it comes. Here you go, you sell out. See, no, none of these people got anything original to say. I can't. Oh, the economy for me is way better right now. See, that's where y'all missed it. The economy is doing great right now. Stock market recovered. My portfolio right now is kicking butt. My portfolio is kicking butt right now. Because hey, you missed out on you, that's on you. I don't know what y'all talking about. See, y'all didn't listen. Y'all was so mad at Trump, and I said this before. Y'all was so mad at Trump that when Trump said it'll be a good time to buy, y'all should have bought. If you would have been listening, he said it, and y'all didn't listen. Now, he didn't have to tell me, but I listened. Now, if you would have listened to Trump when the stock market was in the crapper, when they were talking about tariffs, Trump said what? This would be a good time to buy. But y'all listen to Democrats who, again, start spewing rhetoric, blah, 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 and y'all got nothing out of that. Because y'all, he said he shouldn't have said that. Meanwhile, my team, those that are around me, those that follow my channel, we all jumped in. Most of us jumped in and took advantage of it. And we look, and from that perspective, everything looked nice. I have respect for life all in general. I am a protector of life. I am a protector of life. And see, that's why I speak life. See, y'all don't even, your mind is so closed, you don't really hear what I'm saying. See, if you go to Planned Parenthood, let me ask you a question. For those that want to question, you go to Planned Parenthood, right? And you off your baby. How is it that you calling it Planned Parenthood when you walk out of there and you're not a parent? How can you plan to be a parent when you walk out of there you're not a parent? Because you went there to off the baby. So how do they call it Planned Parenthood when you going there to off the baby? Where is the parenthood in that? Think about it. It's okay. It is what it is. It keeps, I know, it keeps doing that. It is what it is. I can't help that. I don't control the internet. That's Verizon. But it keeps buffering. I know. I can't get away from it. It is what it is. None of those people that get aborted, vast majority of those abortions that was happening at Planned Parenthood was not from rape. I know, I'm from the hood, bro, or woman, or whoever you are. I'm from the hood. I know what that is. So you're not talking about somebody not from the hood. Planned Parenthood, 99% of those abortions that they was having had nothing to do with rape. Nothing. And a lot of the ones that said they were raped wasn't raped. They knew exactly who the father was. They just didn't want the baby. So you're not talking about somebody that don't know the game. I know the game. So to sit there and say that it was because of rape, that's bullcrap. That's a small portion of abortions. Over 600,000 abortions a year happen in America. The vast majority of those abortions was through the black community. So that's not the situation. I know why they have these abortions. Because what y'all don't know is if you say you was raped, then they'll pay for it. That way you don't have to pay out of your pocket. But again, it's an attack on the black community. Melanated people. Why would I care how many, first of all, why would I care about how many black people are in the Trump community? See, this is where y'all get it twisted at. And here's the sad part about that. I do not care about your skin color when it comes to right and wrong. This is how ignorant that is. Y'all, this is the reason why y'all got Brandon Johnson. Because y'all voted for him because he was black. This is the reason why y'all have the city of Philadelphia mayor. Because y'all voted for her because she was black. This is the reason why y'all got Jasmine Crockett. Because y'all voted for her because she was black. Y'all never looked at their character. Y'all never looked at their integrity. Y'all never looked at anything about them. Y'all literally voted for these idiots because they were black. Y'all voted for Obama because he was black. Meanwhile, he did nothing for the black community while he was in office for 8 years. And now y'all sitting there worried about how many black people know. I don't care. I want qualified people that know how to do the job. That's it. And if they black, great. If they white, that's fine. If they Chinese, that's even better. I don't care about the race, nor do I care about the skin color. What I care about is their integrity and if they're going to do right by the people. And so far, since Trump got in office, I am getting 100% of what I voted for. And it's sad because I should have got it a long time ago. But it don't matter anyway because I didn't vote for that fool anyway. So y'all care about skin color. I don't care. I care less about skin color. I want qualified. Because I guarantee you, if you was in a burning building right now, if you was in a burning fire, and a white man came in there to rescue you out of there, you're not going to care if he was white. You're going to care about, can he get me out of here? This is how stupid that sounds. And so if you in a car, you about to drown, and they rescue you out of that car, you're not going to care about their skin color. You want to be saved. That moment, I'm about to die, help me. If somebody about to rob you and two white police officers pull up, you're not going to care if they white. This is how stupid that sounds. Can y'all use these guns to save me? Can y'all protect me? That's all y'all going to care about. This is how stupid that sounds. Hey, listen, he qualified for me because I'm getting what I voted for. I wanted that border closed. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. I voted for Trump because I wanted that border closed. What happened? I voted for Trump because I wanted him to deport these people, these illegal immigrants out of here. What happened? I voted for Trump because I wanted him to hopefully get past no tax on tips. What happened? I voted for Trump because I wanted him to no tax on your overtime, hopefully get passed. What happened? I voted for Trump because I wanted my stock portfolio to go back up where it was when he was in office the first time. What happened? I voted for Trump because I wanted him to put tariffs on these other countries who's getting money out of this country for nothing. What happened? See my point? That's why I voted for him. I can care. Listen, you can take Trump out the equation and put anybody else in that equation and do the same job. And guess what? I'm 100% okay with it. Because it's not about Trump. It's about the right thing. So if you took Trump out the equation and put another politician in that equation and did the very same thing, guess what? I'm going to be okay with it. Because it's not really about Trump. It's about making America great. Trump just happened to be the president and the one that wanted to do it. And was qualified and showed that he could. So you can be mad at him all you want to. You don't have to like Trump. Find out how the country is moving and learn how to get benefits from it. You don't have to like them. The fact that they're getting these illegal immigrants out here is opening up better opportunity for American citizens. Guess what? Doesn't matter which color your skin is. Because now they're going to have to pay American wages because now they don't have all these illegals working under the table scamming the system. That's beneficial to every American. So if you're American, that's great opportunity for you. These kids coming out of school, that's great opportunity. Because we don't have illegal immigrants doing what American citizens should be doing. So I care less about skin color. All I care about is qualified. That's it. And if it was a black person, great. If it was a white person, great. Chinese, Mexican, it doesn't matter to me. The race does not matter. Quality, qualified. That's it. Because I guarantee you, once again, if you had to get your car repaired and you took it to somebody that was black and that car they didn't fix it right, and then you took it to somebody else that was white and they fixed it right, or somebody that was Chinese and they fixed it right, you're not going to care about the skin color. This is how idiotic that gets. You saying that right now, but in the situation, any one of those situations, you're not going to care about the skin color. What they're going to care about is they qualified or not. That's it. That's all you're going to care about. You're going to care about whether they qualified or not. You're not going to care about none of the other stuff. You're not going to care. You saying that stuff about no black people. And listen, it would be nice if there were. But I don't care if there ain't. That's my whole point. I can care less. Right now, everything that I voted for is working for the most part, 100% of what I voted for. So why would I care? You think I want somebody like Brandon Johnson running the country? No. I can care less. Now, if he was black, that'd be great too. I can care less. If Trump was a black man, I wouldn't care. As long as he's doing what he's doing right now, I wouldn't care. If he was white, if he was Chinese, I would not care. It wouldn't matter to me. It really would not matter to me. I care less about skin color. All of the ones that keep talking about skin color, they'll be the first ones to talk about Martin Luther King. Don't judge a person by their content of their character. They'll go all back to Martin Luther King, but yet they're all sitting there trying to talk about skin color. All these liberals will bring up Martin Luther King, but they will ignore the fact that he said, you know what, we don't want to judge people by their skin color. But you want somebody to benefit, you want benefits based off your skin color. Not you're qualified, you want skin color. You don't care about qualified, you just care about skin color. Oh, okay. All right, well, then when you go into a place to get your food, you make sure you don't buy nothing from nobody as I say match your skin color. When you go get your vehicle fixed, you make sure that you don't do no business with nobody unless they match your skin color. You don't do nothing anywhere at all unless they match your skin color. And let me see how that works out for you. Because every single race got some messed up people. Every last one. They all across the board. We all got messed up people. And if I had to qualify people based on their skin color, that's a problem. I don't qualify anybody based on their skin color. Either you know what you're doing or you don't. And if I see a lot of signs that you don't, then I probably ain't gonna want to be bothered with you. But right now, for me personally, I voted for Trump. I'm glad I voted for Trump. I campaigned for him, and I'm getting what I voted for 100%. He said, and they still stuck on the black stuff. I don't care. I keep telling you I don't care. Now, here's the thing. I don't remember her name, but there is one person there that's a black woman that he made her, I can't think of what it is. I know her job was basically for all of these black people, mostly black people that are getting falsely imprisoned. So he made her the whatever criminal czar of that. so that she can help get a lot of these false accused black people out of jail. Because that was her passion. And she just happened to be black too, just so y'all know. But she's working with the justice system to help a lot of these falsely accused black people. Now, I know she's doing it for everybody, but in large, she know that it's a black people. Trump made her in charge of that. Why? To help get a lot of these false accused black people out of jail. But y'all ain't gonna talk about that part. I can care less if she black. I really don't. But again, if I was in office, I'm gonna find people that I can trust. I'm not gonna worry about their skin color. I'm not. I can care less. Qualified, capable. That's it. Bernice, and I mean, honestly, you can just like click off. You don't have to listen. Like, you don't have to come to the channel and listen. You really don't. I don't understand why would somebody. Why if what I say irritates you that much, why would you even be here? That don't even make sense to me. Like that right there would have been like, all right, well, this guy irritates the hell out of me. I'm gonna just shut him off, close him off. I'm dead serious. I wouldn't even have been on nobody's page that I don't like that much. If they irritate me that much, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to hear nothing that guy got to say. Look at this. Everybody in the Republican Party retarded. Talking about black people except for Ron. They all got the same talking points. Same old talking points. But you're irritated because you funny. I know I'm funny. That's why you're here. You can't help yourself. That's why you keep coming back, because I'm funny. Ishmael, I'm on the internet spewing ignorance, but they never say what I'm ignorant about. John said he loved coming at because we like watching somebody as pathetic as you. Honestly, it's because I'm probably one of the rare few channels that don't put y'all in time out all the time. That's what that is. Yeah, F off, you silly cunt. William, how you doing? God bless you. Yes, everything is going wonderful, man. Look at that. Look. Somebody said AOC has monkeypox in her mouth. Top to bottom hair and skincare. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much for all that wonderful hair care, skincare products that I get from you. I have no problem. I have no complaints whatsoever. Anybody on this live, for those that like skincare products and hair care products, y'all see this afro? Y'all see how tight and nice it is? Top to bottom hair and skincare. That's where you get that stuff from. You go shop that store and you can get an afro as nice as mine without haircuts. You lonely at home. That's a possibility. He said, I'm lonely. Bernice said, I'm lonely. I had a dream that one day someone would be sitting right beside me in this chair right here, and I won't be lonely no more. What's up, Cortez? Hey, look, man, I love the trolls, man. They be coming here, be funny. Vax said, MAGA is nothing but idiots and clowns. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, clowns do wear some of the similar colors. The comments. I'm reading the comments, y'all. Y'all got me laughing. It's funny. And it's funny that people are always talking about this stuff. But let me ask y'all a question. And people really stood for that stuff. Why is it that the largest platforms in America are mostly Republicans? And this is just a question I'm going to throw out there. Put up the red zone. This is a question I'm going to throw out there. Is this. Why isn't, if everybody really agreed with some of these liberal standpoints and stuff like that, why is it that the larger platforms out here, by and large, are Republicans? Now, they keep, listen, I tell people in a minute, I am Republican until further notice. Meaning, if the Republicans ever decide to go like the Democrats are, they will get the same smoke. That's it. I am not, my loyalty is to no party. And that's real talk. I have no loyalty to no party. I'm only loyal to common sense and what meant beneficial to America. If the Republican Party started to turn to anything I see like the Democrats, it will be hands off with them too. I'm Republican until further notice. Meaning, if something was to happen in the Republican Party, it'd be the same story. I was a clown when I was voting Democrat because I was voting for my own demise. I was voting for our own destruction. That's why. That's where the clown part came in. Because I was voting blindly. Oh, we all Democrat. We just vote Democrat. That's what you do on social media. You talk. Like, that's what it's for. Like, that's what a YouTube Live is for, is to talk. You keep saying I'm talking too much, but why else would I be here? Well, I'm just supposed to stand here and look. So I'm supposed to just get on here and just stand here and look like this. It's just stupid. It's like, why would I just get on live and not say nothing? Like, that's what I'm here for. And if, again, obviously you enjoy the content. And if you do, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. Bernice, Marie, you talk. Bro is laughing and can't answer questions. I don't have to answer no question. Honestly speaking, I'm not African. I hate to disappoint you, but I'm not African. I'm not gonna get into my heritage, but honestly, I'm not African. From my history, unfortunately, I mean, say what you want to say, I'm not African. I'm not. I have more rights to this country than most people. And if you don't get that part, you'll figure it out. For me, it's better. Maybe not for you. California, man, I would never step foot in California. California is one place I would never go. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't going to California. I would go right to the edge of California, say hello, and keep going the other way. They can have California. By most, Bernice, you're more right than not. According to my history, yes. All right, it's cool. You ain't got to worry about it. I wouldn't go there. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't. And here's the thing, I'm from Philadelphia, and you would think I wouldn't think that way, but I'm good. I don't want no parts of California. That's a special world over there. Hey, top to bottom, just so you know, it's hands off with that. I can care less. I'm not here to be polite no more. I'm not here to be polite no more. I've been off of that. I used to be polite, but so as far as my moderators go, whatever y'all decide to do, I'm okay with it. Y'all shut them down, y'all shut them down. For those that have wrenches, I'm okay. I was trying to be nice. Yeah, I guess you wasn't here when it was almost 200, huh? Who am I defending? I'm defending my... listen, you said I choose to defend. Who am I defending? So why would I be okay with people killing and murdering in the cities of Chicago, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and all of these cities where my people are dying by far the most, and I'm supposed to just sit back and be okay with that? So obviously you want more people to die in these cities. That's what you want. Because what I'm talking is to keep them from dying, not to keep them dying. Because the criminals are the ones that's killing them, not the United States National Guard ain't the one killing them. It's the criminals that's killing people. It's not the National Guard. So you want the criminals to keep killing people. So you don't want the National Guard to protect people. See how that makes sense? See how that makes sense? That's my point. I don't want to see people keep dying in Chicago, Philadelphia, and all these big cities. I want it to get better. So if it takes the National Guard to come in and bring peace and make it better, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I want that. Because the whole time the National Guard been in Washington, D.C., the National Guard ain't hurt nobody. But the criminals have. So for somebody to have a problem with the National Guard being there, that means you want people like that matches my skin to keep dying. Because that's the only thing that's going to come out of that. Y'all don't want them to be protected. Y'all don't want them to be kept safe. Y'all want them to keep dying. Those are the real racists. Because why would you march for people to keep dying in the city, in Chicago? Why would y'all get out there and march against the military who hasn't killed or hurt nobody? And when they leave, the criminals going to have free reign. And then people like me are going to keep dying. So y'all dead. But yet, y'all trying to say, that's the racist part. That's the racist part. The only reason why you be mad at the military being in it because you part of the problem. You're part of the problem. You want to be able to sell your drugs, commit crime, rob, steal, carjack, all that type of stuff. Because when they come in, it puts a halt to all that. Y'all don't like it. That means you want the criminal element to have free reign to do what they want to do. I get it. Nurse Grimy said, I look weird as hell. This is I'll show you how much narrow-minded you are. Meanwhile, you went to school and you walked past the American flag all the time. You went into all these public buildings and walked past the American flag all the time. But yet you saying I look weird because I got American flag. See, my thing is this. I have a right to do it. I have a right to have the flag, and I have a right to have these guns. That's my constitutional right to keep and bear arms. See, I don't let the government tell me what I can and cannot do because I understand my rights. But if the government was to come get your behind at this moment, what are you going to do to protect yourself and stop them? Y'all the ones that keep saying Trump bad guy, but I don't see none of them preparing themselves for just in case he do. He's been in office for 4 years and another 8-9 months now. But I don't see none of them bearing arms and organizing to make sure that he don't come get them. See, because they all keep saying it. Oh, Trump bad guy, this and that and that. All right. If you really believe that, make sure you're good. That's it. That's it. See, my rights can't be gone because my rights are given me by God, not man. So y'all let man give y'all rights. This is where the problem is at. Y'all let man give y'all rights. My rights are given to me by God, and I'm not going to let man take it away from me. That's what give me life or give me death, give me freedom or give me death means. Y'all letting man tell y'all. Your God-given right, not man-given right, because if man give it to you, he can take it away. That's all my point. That's my point. Y'all let government tell y'all what y'all can and cannot have. Wouldn't that be a form of obedience to the leadership or slavery? He said, man made God. How did he do it? Man made God, how did he do it? What did he start with? If man made God, what did he start with? You say so. So Dirk, you're telling me that he made it up in a book, right? So you're telling me that a book that took over 1,500 years to compile together, over 40 different writers, some known, some unknown, 66 different books, 3 different languages, all of them came to the same conclusion? Okay, if you believe that, that's fine. Writers that don't even know each other, writing about stuff that they wasn't even there to witness. But yet, they all came to the same conclusion. Okay, if that's what you want to believe, that's fine. And you're right, just for real, they are allergic to truth. I'm in America. .30-06 new favorite caliber. That's what's up, man. Yeah. My favorite, and everybody that know me, my 458 SOCOM is my favorite. Hands down, my favorite gun. He said, I hate it. He said, I already knew I hated real life. You know how you hate life? The way you know when somebody hate life is when they choose to behave in a way where it doesn't produce life. That's how you know when someone hates life. When they choose to behave in a way that doesn't reproduce more life. That's when you know people hate life. That's when you know people hate life. When they choose to behave in a way where it does not reproduce more life. That's when you know they hate life. But anyway, I have to get ready to get out of there. He said, how many kids do you have? I got more kids than you count. Donald, I got more kids than you count. You might want to go check the DNA of yours. How many did I raise? None of them. See, I can play this game with y'all all day long. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Y'all hilarious. Some of y'all, a few of y'all was actually original. Like a few of y'all. Not most of the time y'all say the same thing. But a few of y'all was actually original. And just so y'all know, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, will forever be. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior and will forever be. There is no exceptions to that. There is nothing no other God can offer me more than what Jesus Christ have offered me. I thank God I gave my life to him. Yes, he did. He gave me the money to purchase him. I gave my life. I thank God he gave my life to him. And because of that, I have peace and serenity. And that's the reason why when someone tries to insult or say stuff, it has zero effect on me. Because at the end of the day, God loves you. Just like he loves me. And he wants the best for you just as much as he wants for me. But y'all can take it for whatever it's worth. Take it for whatever it's worth. God loves y'all. I love y'all too. And the next time we meet, we're going to have fun again together. I know y'all be back because y'all love me. Y'all can't help it. Y'all can't help it. Y'all be back. Y'all can't help it. Y'all love my channel. Just say it. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And say it. It's okay. Say, we love your channel. Say it. Say it. Say, we love your channel. Y'all can do it. Did the government do a background check on Jesus for weapons? Well, yeah, they did actually. You forgot Peter had a weapon with him. Just so you know, Peter had weapons. The disciples had weapons with them when they were with Jesus, so you know that. I know y'all don't realize that part, but they did have weapons with them. Otherwise, the guy who got his ear cut off, it wouldn't happen. So all the disciples that was around Jesus, they had weapons. But anyway, let me get up out of here. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here. Peace.